All right, we just wrapped up the top 10 meeting, concluded here, and I pulled Ramie Colson aside before you get to go rig up tackle for the final day. It was a little tougher out there for you.
Yes, the weather, I think, had more to do with it than anything. Cloud cover and rain, and, I think I need sunshine like we had the first 2 days. We had a little cloud cover each morning, but, the sun really come out pretty early. Well, today it came out for a little bit, but not long, and then, the other front came in. And the way I'm fishing, I need some sunshine, just deep water fishing around brush, and that kind of puts some more to it.
You mentioned yesterday when I was talking to you that the stuff you're fishing is a pretty specific cast. Was it the same program again today, even though you had that cloud cover, or did you have to change up tactics a little bit?
No, I went with the plan as usual. I did the same thing. I fished my brush. I got before. Of course, we had a little rain this morning before we took off, and then once we got to our first stop, it kind of cleared out a little bit. I was able to catch 3 pretty quick, and then longest time it took me to catch 4, and then I lost a good one, which would have really helped. But that's fishing. I'm not going to complain about that because I had 2 good days, and you're going to have those days. But yeah, I just stayed with what I was doing. I fished the brush, and I mixed it up a little bit with top water. But even as the weather changed today, I didn't see nearly as many schooling fish where I was at that I have been seeing each day, and I don't know where those fish were. I'm sure they was up there, but they just didn't show themselves today. So it was just totally different day today.
Is the nature of that brush bite only getting 5 or 6 bites a day? Because those guys that are running the topwater thing and sticking to it are they're getting at least 8, 9, 10, maybe a dozen bites a day. But are you limited on your number of bites?
No, because the first day I probably caught 15 keepers. Yesterday I probably went through a dozen, and then today, I got 5 bites and caught 4 of them, and I had a couple little short fish, and that was it, and it's not because there's no fish in there. I know there's fish in there, but it was just weather related.
And you also brought up schooling fish. I feel like in this tournament we've seen a lot more of that factor than we have in years past out here. It's like there's a lot more fish out roaming. Have you caught any schooling this week?
A couple that I have caught. They didn't actually come to the weigh-in, but I did catch a couple. I have caught a couple of keepers, doing that. If I'm going down the bank, and I'm fishing a brush pile, and I've got a rod laying out with a top water bait on, and if I see one break, I reel in real quick and try to get fired at, because that's the key to the schooling deal. If they show themselves, if you're not in on them before the wake dies down, just instantly, you might as well forget it. You ain't gonna get bit. But if you can get to them just real quick, you got a good chance to catch a good fish. And like I said, I was sitting there today going down the bank, and I was throwing at a brush pile, and 10 foot out to the left of me, they blowed up, and they was 3 and 4 pounders. 3 of them. It wasn't a bunch of it. It was like 3 of them. I reeled in real quick and threw my bait out there and twisted about 3 times. One boiled on it, nothing. So that's just that's just fishing. That's just the way it goes.
Now, before we let you get all rigged up and everything, in relation to baits, is it you mentioned yesterday you're talking about fishing, like you would be back home on Kentucky Lake. So I imagine, is there a big worm getting pulled around?
A Zoom old monster worm is getting pulled around all over this lake. That's the only thing I could catch them on. I tried a jig. I caught 1 or 2 in practice on a jig, but they was just little fish. It just seemed like right now they wanted plastics more. If you get it around them, they'll bite it.
Well, Ramie, you're sticking with your guns. You're around those right fish, and tomorrow you got a good shot at making a run at the Cup. Good luck to you tomorrow, Ramie.
Thank you very much, and looking forward to getting tomorrow started. I just got to finish up tonight getting tackle rigged.